Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to CBS News, a financial disclosure released on Tuesday reveals that President Trump earned over $1 billion from cryptocurrency-related ventures last year. The primary driver of this income was his meme coin business, which generated $635 million in royalties from the company issuing the Trump token. Launched just 3 days before his second term, the token peaked at $74.24 before dropping significantly. Additionally, Trump reported over $500 million in income from token sales through World Liberty Financial, a cryptocurrency firm co-founded by the president, his sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, and longtime associates. The disclosure also listed $65 million from equity sales in World Liberty Financial's controlling firm and $196 million from equity sales of Stablecoin Holdco LLC. The business has faced intense scrutiny, particularly after an Abu Dhabi wealth fund used World Liberty stablecoin for a major transaction with Binance, whose co-founder received a presidential pardon from Trump. Trump has denied any connection. A White House spokesperson rejected any conflicts of interest, dismissing the criticisms as a tired narrative from political opponents. According to GG Press, Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf warned on June 30th that while Iran pursues dialogue, it is also prepared for war. Speaking on Iranian television, Ghalibaf emphasized that negotiations regarding other issues, such as the country's highly enriched uranium, will not begin until military operations cease on all fronts, including Lebanon, and a clear path is established for unfreezing Iran's assets abroad under the combat termination memorandum signed with the United States. This strong stance comes as U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner met with Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani in Doha to discuss progress in U.S.-Iran talks. U.S. and Iranian delegations are scheduled to hold indirect meetings through Qatari and Pakistani mediators. Observers believe Ghalibaf's remarks are aimed at pressuring the U.S. to fulfill the terms of the memorandum. Ghalibaf also reiterated Iran's control over the strategic Strait of Hormuz, stating that the free passage period is limited to 60 days as agreed, while noting that Iran has exported over 40 million barrels of crude oil since the U.S. lifted its naval blockade. Micron Technology CEO Sanjay Mehrotra told CNBC's Mad Money that years of aggressive pricing pressure from customers contributed to the current memory chip shortage. According to Mehrotra, intense negotiations drove prices down to one-third of their previous levels in 2023, causing memory suppliers to suffer negative gross margins. This lack of profitability left the industry underinvested and without the financial flexibility to expand manufacturing capacity just as demand for artificial intelligence applications began to skyrocket. Although Micron continued to invest through the downturn, its capital expenditures were significantly reduced. Mehrotra warned that the resulting supply and demand imbalance is likely to persist beyond 2027 due to the years required to construct new semiconductor fabrication plants and the high complexity of manufacturing next-generation memory. The consequences of this shortage are already being felt by consumers, with Apple recently raising prices on several Mac and iPad models due to unavoidable increases in memory and storage costs. According to Antara, Indonesian state-owned shipbuilder PT PAL Indonesia and Denmark are expanding their maritime defense cooperation to enhance Indonesia's domestic naval manufacturing capabilities. The partnership was highlighted during a visit by Danish Ambassador Sten Frimodt Nielsen to PT PAL's primary shipyard in Surabaya. A key component of this collaboration is the Arrowhead 140 program, which utilizes Denmark's OMT-designed Ever Huitfeldt-class frigate. PT PAL has successfully adapted this design to build Indonesia's Merah Putih-class frigates, reflecting a strong transfer of technology and local engineering integration. Beyond ship design, several PT-PAL vessels incorporate advanced Danish maritime technology, showcasing a deep history of industrial cooperation. During the visit, the Danish delegation toured PT-PAL's production facilities and reviewed the progress of key international defense projects, including a landing dock vessel being built for the Philippine Navy. Both parties welcomed the industrial modernization and expressed commitment to further deepening their bilateral defense and technology partnership. According to a report by Chicago Sun-Time, the U.S. Supreme Court has delivered a landmark 6-3 ruling upholding birthright citizenship, soundly rejecting an executive order by President Donald Trump that sought to strip citizenship from children born in the country to undocumented or temporary immigrants. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the majority opinion, asserting that the post-Civil War 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to anyone born in the United States, with very limited exceptions. Justice Brett Kavanaugh aligned with the majority on statutory grounds but dissented on the constitutional question. Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and Neil Gorsuch dissented, with Thomas authoring a lengthy dissent arguing that the decision misapplied the Reconstruction-era amendment. Trump criticized the ruling on his Truth Social platform, calling it detrimental to the country. Legal experts note that since the ruling is constitutionally grounded, overcoming it would require a constitutional amendment rather than simple legislation. This decision preserves a long-standing legal precedent that affects over 250,000 babies born in the United States annually. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.